Okay, welcome back, and let's go over to my browser and let me show you how one of the ways on how I use Alibaba. Now, the simplest thing that you can do is just type in the product you're looking for. So take, for example, LED cycling glove. Oops, can't type. All right, and you can just hit enter, right? And you will see all sorts of different products showing up, right? That's one way of looking at, but that will take up a lot of your time to do that. So what I would like to do is to save a little bit of time, okay? Because we are looking for more than one single product, one single supplier, right? So we want to get as many quotes and be contacted by as many qualified supplier as possible, so we can search through them, and rather than contacting them one by one, I'd like to get them to contact me. Okay, so let's go back here and we'll just go to get quotations now. All right, and once you're in here, okay, and you will see this is the Ali Source Pro service, and it will give you a form where you can just basically submit and have different suppliers contact you. Okay, so I have already completed one. Okay, so bicycle gloves, right? And I'll share with you how I would like to contact the suppliers. Okay, so I will type a very simple, straightforward communication to the suppliers, and so make sure that we don't waste each other's time. Okay, so the first thing I will do is give a little bit, tell them a little bit what I'm doing right here, right? We are looking to make a new line of bicycle gloves for our sporting good distribution business. Our distribution network include US and Canada. Now, the reason why I do that is give them the impression that we are a serious business. We are not just somebody out there just looking for free samples and things like that. Okay, and I'll go on further to explain a little bit more about the product that I am looking for. Okay, so here is the product we are looking to make. Okay, and when you click that on this box right here, okay, it will give you sort of a tip, okay, on what exactly the kind of things, that the kind of specs that you need to lay out the communication to your potential suppliers, right? You tell them the exact product name, size, dimension, grade, quality, standard, material, application, packaging, very important, right? Or any other special instruction that you want them to follow. Okay, so so here is what I have mentioned. I'll say durable cycling gloves, right? Synthetic leather plus mesh. Okay, dimension, okay, weight, okay, approximate 0.2 ounce, packaging, right, poly bag, okay, per pair, and master carton. Okay, so this gives the supplier a clear picture of what to quote you. Many times suppliers in China, they will just quote you the price of the product, right? But it comes no packaging. It comes with it's just really terrible. No packaging, no tags, no anything. Okay, so every time you ask them, say, hey, can you label this? They will say yes. Charge you another 50 cents, right? Can you provide a plastic bag? Yes, and that's another 30 cents, and so on and on and on. And it all add up to your cost, right? But if you be very clear upfront, okay, then they'll give you a better and clear quotation. Okay. Then after that, right, I'll tell them what the way that we work. Okay, and this is very important because professional companies, right, professional buyers always tell their suppliers how they like to work, right? And if you can match our terms, then let's start the discussion. So here you go. Okay, if you are interested in working with us, please provide us some details about your company, product, and prices. Here is how our company works. We will first evaluate your samples. Once the samples are approved, we will place the order with you and request that you do a pilot run of 50 to 100 pieces. Once the pilot run is complete and approved, the rest of the order is then produced and delivered through our appointed freight forwarder. We look forward to hearing from you soon, right? So this part is very important, right? Like I said, okay, you want to make sure that they will work under your terms, okay? Many times people will just go without knowing exactly what they are looking for. They don't draw the line, and it end up becoming such a drag because then you will have to consistently, continuously negotiate with the supplier, say, hey, can you do this thing extra? Can you do that thing extra, right? Okay, can you do a smaller quantity, right, on our first run and things like that. But if I just lay it out very clear up front, okay, then it makes it a lot easier, even if they don't read it very carefully, but it makes it a lot easier for you to stay on your ground and really say, hey, you know, this is how we work, right? This is, you know, can you do something about that, right? Can we work it out? Okay, a lot of times, one of the biggest problem for people in sourcing initially is that they cannot get over that large number of minimum order quantity, okay? And by requesting for a pilot run will give you a little bit of room to, you know, get a smaller quantity on your first order, all right? Not every time, but a lot of times that works, okay? Then moving forward, I will request, okay, and it really depends on the type of product. If, you know, let's say if you are making cycling gloves, then obviously 1,000 pieces, that should probably, you know, 1,000 pairs, that should probably cover the minimum order quantity. But let's say if you are making pencils, okay, that's a little different, right? The minimum order quantity for pencils is usually 10,000, 20,000 pieces because they are just dirt cheap, right? And when you make a run, it just runs in very, very large quantities, okay? Or if you are making, let's say, you know, some type of glass, right? And that, you know, drinking glass and those kind of things, they run in, you know, 20, 30,000 pieces in just, you know, in just a couple of hours. Okay, so to the factory, MOQ becomes absolutely necessary because if they will have to make, you know, 100 pieces for you, and you know, and but their minimum run is 10,000 pieces, they will be end up, you know, having a stock of 9,900 pieces sitting there and waiting for other people to pick up, right? And that's just not effective for them. All right, so you want to make sure that you stay some type of acceptable minimum order quantity, okay, in here, right, to get that started. Okay, and I will also enter a date, okay, no more than a month for this request to expire because you don't want to take up too much time either, all right? And you don't want to have people just consistently emailing you and etc., etc. Okay, so give them your email address so they can contact you, and then you just hit get quotes now, all right? Once you do that, you can go back to your homepage. Okay, I already opened it up, okay, and click on your Alibaba, right? My Alibaba. Okay, and you will see here, okay, this is basically your messaging center, right? And you can look at it, all right? You have, you know, you will get messages here, right, in your inbox, or you'll get requests for connection, unread quotes. So people will start sending you quotes and you can read them right here, okay? And the rest is pretty self-explanatory, right? You can go up here and manage your messages from potential suppliers that contact you, all right? And you can make connection, etc. You can just click in and post buying request, okay? And that's, if you are buying something else, right? You can post your buying request. So for example, right here, right? Be sure to avoid, using name brands or like Sony, LG, or whatever. Some of the bigger name brands and things like that, because that will be rejected as invalid request, right? They think that you're trying to buy a copy or something like that. That's kind of Alibaba's way of protecting IP infringement. Okay, so make sure that when you are posting your buying request, be non-brand specific. Okay, and that's it. All right. So that's about the extent of use I would use Alibaba for. All right. So it does not matter whether you are using Alibaba or any other site, right? AliExpress, JD.com, madeinchina.com. There are just tons and tons of them. But remember, they are only directory for you to find potential suppliers. You still have to do proper due diligence in order to be sure whether the suppliers are someone you can work with, you can partner up with or not.